Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Red Dirt and Stardust, a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition science fantasy western and pirate campaign. There is going to be a little bit of fantasy violence, but it should be a little bit more tame than the previous one. So, where we last left the group had finally gathered themselves together after having quite a few talks with themselves and revelations about each other. They finally hopped on a wagon and headed their way to Twin Gulch to do a favor for Yvonne. Once they arrived in the literally one blink wide, two blinks long town of Twin Gulch, with possibly a population of 50, they were allowed to sleep on cots in the town hall. The group of them then were awoken in the middle of the night by the cackling of hyenas. In the morning, they were showed to the entrance of the mine, where along the way, Volanthrios spotted a interesting behavior from the hyenas that nobody else seemed to really truly pick up on. They investigated the site where they came up with an idea of what could have happened and decided to investigate the inside of the mine. And so they're now headed into the mine. The mine has a lot of branching paths, but there is a main tunnel that goes into the mountain. As you are heading along this sort of route, you notice that this place is actually pretty well lit. It seems to be lit with continual flames, not very close together, but far enough apart that they don't have to cover everything, but close enough together that the hallway is lit and you're not going to get lost. As you head down, you begin to hear, strangely, singing. Um, they are singing in common, and Volanthrios, you're probably the first one to start hearing the lyrics of this particular song. Um, Weirdly, it's a song unlike you've heard before. It's a mining song. The people are very clearly mining. It almost has a shanty aspect to it. Um, but the lyrics are not something you would expect from normal people miners. I don't have a tune and I'm terrible at singing, so I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to read the lyrics verbatim that I wrote. Um, it seems to be a two-verse song that is repeated ad infinitum. Like they don't seem to get bored of this song, whoever's singing this, and they don't stop singing it. Once they get to the second verse, it's back up to the first. Heave ho, we work for cakes down below. Won't swing for meat, won't swing for cheese. Offer us cake, we'll swing with ease. Slathered in butter, drenched in cream, covered in sprinkles, a miner's dream. Heave ho, we work for cakes down below. Heave ho, we work for cakes down below. Swing for silver, swing for gold, swing for treasures yet untold. Throw a little cake our way, we'll swing for you both night and day. Heave ho, we work for cakes down below. And that's just ad infinitum. After about like 2 minutes of hearing that, it starts grating on you. Um,
Uh,
Finally, you get to an open cavern where there's clearly many rich veins of iron that they just mined out into a huge room. And around the room, you actually see lights, floating, bobbing lights. And next to these lights are these tiny creatures that you would have missed if they weren't dressed in such bright clothing. As you get closer and kind of investigate, they are the ones that are singing. These creatures are about the size of a mouse if the mouse was standing up on its hind legs. They are tiny. They have big old white beards and literal pig noses. Um, and they have these floating orbs of light that are kind of bobbing around them as they're hitting the wall and trying to pick out a little bit of iron as they're singing this song over and over and over again. A few of them do notice you and kind of give you a little salute, clearly not recognizing that you're not one of the regular miners, but they just keep on mining.
Nobody, we didn't know they was gonna be here.
Not at all.
Now,
And
um, would I happen to know what these things are?
Make me
Dang.
either a nature check or an arcana check.
Oh, guidance. And I have bardic inspiration.
Oh,
yeah, there.
yes, you do.
Is it a D6?
Yes,
Oh, I got a 19.
yes, he did.
I got a, let me see. We'll say mine will be an arcana check then, if you're gonna do nature. 21, 26.
All
Boom.
right, so you
Oh,
both would know what these things are. They're they're fairies. They're a type of fae known as a Briganock. They are tiny fairies that love mining. Generally, they're found in the Feywild mining out wish stones created by things like birthday wishes and pennies down wells and things like that that kind of appear in the Feywild. But they can be summoned to the material plane to mine regular mundane things. Um, they're harmless. Chauncey, you would know that they actually have the ability to stop time occasionally, just for themselves, but to stop time, to speed up the work that they're able to do. Additionally, those orbs that are floating around are not a spell. Those are their souls. Their souls exist
oh.
outside of their body. And that's what you know about the Briganock. And there's about maybe 30 of them that are all here,
How do
all
you say
mining
that?
in various ways.
Well, I mean, they seem to be working pretty hard here. I wasn't expecting to run into any Fae, but we saw elementals in the last mine and Fae in this mine, so who knows what else we'll find one of these days.
Um,
Well,
Volantrius steps out because they're not like dangerous or anything like
No, no, they are not
that.
dangerous at all.
and
So Volantrius like casually steps out into the working area and
Hmm.
um he claps his hands and says, "Pardon me. I, I apologize for interrupting your work, but have any of you seen any of the normal miners?"
One of the Briganock kind of pops his head out over like a stalagmite, and kind of pops his head up. He's wearing a kind of hat that has one of the brims folded over. He's the only one that's actually wearing a hat as he pops up, and in a tiny voice that you kind of have to step a little bit closer to hear, he goes, "Nope, not today."
how
When was the last time you've seen them?
Um, 2 days ago, a bunch of them were drinking out front.
And did you hear anything that night?
They were partying, drinking a lot until maybe like, I don't know, after midnight. We Time is a little bit weird for us. But they were drinking till about then, but we just leave the miners to be. We do our jobs, they do theirs. You know, we get into the places that they can't get, so they're not mining out huge sections of the rock for just tiny little veins. And, we bring the iron back and we get paid in cake and it's all good.
Of course, and I'm sure you do your job well.
We certainly do. Damn right.
Um, have you
the
ever
la-
noticed anything weird about this cave?
Not this one in particular.
Hmm.
This one's actually pretty boring compared to the ones that are that back home. The ones back home at least have singing mushrooms that'll sing along when we sing. It's just our echoes in this one.
how dreadfully lonesome.
Yeah. If you want to know more about the miners, you might want to swing by one of tunnels over there and see if you could find basalt and granite. They'll be able to talk to you about the miners.
Oh, those were names.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I do thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
And he nods and kind of just climbs back down. And while you've been talking, the song has still been going. They have not stopped.
Uh,
Chauncey's just rifling through his bag, being like, I wonder if I have everything I need to make a cake right now.
Do it, do it.
You know what? Roll me a D100.
Don't doubt the power of a bag of holding. As someone who canonically takes random farm animals as payment.
yep.
I got a 27.
Woo!
You pull out a jug of milk, a bowl, a whisk, and nothing else.
Okay.
You don't have flour, you don't have eggs, you don't have sugar.
Guess
Well-
I don't have everything I need to make a cake. If I'd have known, I could have stocked up before we left, but I mean, I had to make room for, and you just see as he like starts shoving him back in, he pulls out a random fucking like, I mean, this ukulele repair kit could have been very useful. You never know.
Does that thing got refrigeration?
Well, I mean, it's a magical bag of hyperspace. It's not like anything lives in there. So it can't go bad, can it? No of the bacterial growths or viruses or fungi can grow in it.
Exactly.
You could carry around all the smoked pork you could have?
Oh, he pulls out a giant thing of jerky. He's like, yes, I've got this and this and oh, you'd be surprised.
Well,
So
that's
many things fit in one of these. They're my best seller back home, honest. If you
I'm
actually came into town, Marcus, you'd know that.
fair enough, but I'm getting myself off task thinking about brisket. Um,
Shall we go?
indeed, I think he said over that way.
Yeah. So we will continue down the path.
All right. So yeah, you continue down in deeper into this mine, kind of looking back and forth, trying to see, because you also didn't ask what granite and basalt looked like.
I guess I just above game was kind of assuming that they were the same creatures.
You do not see any more Brigadoc. However, you come across a rock. It's a very strange rock because it's sitting in the middle of the path. You watch as you get closer, presumably with your lanterns and torches and things, and you watch as the rock gets grooves in it. And then, almost like an armadillo, popping up is about a 4 foot tall stone man with a huge beard, goat legs, and goat hooves, also made of stone, but the bushy beard is hair. He has dreadlocks that go down to probably about his waist. That's just this huge mane. And oh, I'm so sorry. You're not the regular miners.
I presume you must be basalt?
Granted,
Ah, indeed. Pleasure. Marcus Ackerman, no, we ain't. But we've been sent here on their behalf, trying to locate some of these missing folk.
oh, I heard something about them going missing. I
Well,
didn't.
lovely little
Is there
folks
anything you
over
could tell
there.
us about it?
Yes, they seem to imply that you might have had more information about the miners than they did.
Yes, I actually speak with them and interact with them. I know the earth around here quite a bit. Um, seeing as how, and he kind of looks down at his stone body. Um, yes, I knew most of the miners personally. They interacted with me. I helped them find veins of iron to mine out. Um, but I don't think I was there when they disappeared. Um,
Did you
I'm
notice
trying to
anything
think.
strange um 2 days ago?
Um, well, I don't really like, you know, talking with people too much. I'll talk to people when I have to, which I mean, kind of have to. You all were walking down the hall and torches and clearly looking for something and clearly lost, and I can't have that. But um, I remember I can't remember which one of the miners, but I know one of the miners came down and I didn't think they would need dynamite for anything, but he took the dynamite and just left with it. Usually
Which
they I don't remember which one. It was kind of dark. And that cavern back there is pretty dark when the Briganock aren't working and are home partying and eating cake. It can get pretty dark in there, so I didn't quite see who it was, but I swore it was one of them.
You're saying 2 nights ago, the night these miners disappeared, one of them was down here making his way away with some dynamite.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what he would need with it, especially since he didn't go deeper into the mine and start blasting, but
Hmm. Can't quite imagine myself. Well, I do thank you for taking your time as a reclusive as you prefer to be. Do you suppose your friend Granite, or rather Basalt, my apologies, would perhaps be able to chat with us as well?
uh, yeah, of course. And he takes his fist and he knocks on the wall, and you hear an echo down the hallway. And there's about maybe 30 seconds of silence before you hear the grinding of rock against rock as coming out of the wall, almost like it's slowly stepping out of water, is another one of these creatures that then plops down. Oh, you called? Yes, these people would like to have information about the miners. Um,
Trying to find out as much as we can, sir.
in
right.
particular 2 day from 2 days ago?
Yes. Um,
Granite said
well,
those miners was down here making off with some dynamite.
yes. I do remember a little bit of that. Um, I did also, and it kind of scrounges around in his beard before he pulls out a bottle. Um, I found this. Um, sometimes I like collecting shiny things, and I noticed this near the entrance of the mine. I think, oh, it couldn't have been. It was the morning after they all disappeared, but I mean, it's just like a liquor bottle or something, but maybe it'll help. And he hands you a bottle.
Can I investigate this bottle?
Yep,
Mm.
you pick it up. He handed it to you backside. You flip it over, it says laudanum on it.
Oh, wow.
What's the relevance of that?
Laudanum is an opiate.
Ah,
It's a liquid opiate. It's green.
And they were. So do I need to make a check for anything for Chauncey for this?
I mean, if you'd like to make a medicine check, you certainly can. I'll give you advantage since your mom was a doctor.
I was gonna say, can I like Chauncey? He was fucking learning medicine from the teat practically.
Yeah.
I'll
Can I also
guidance
make a
myself
medicine
too.
check?
Huh?
Can I also make a medicine check?
Sure, you can make a medicine check. You're not going to get advantage, but you can make a straight medicine check.
Hey, 23.
Damn.
Mm.
I'm the score.
Wow.
Yeah, I only got an 11, even with the advantage, because I only get +1 to my medicine.
Okay. Um, yeah, laudanum is a sleeping agent. You can put people to sleep with it. A lot of people use it to treat things like insomnia and um restlessness and sometimes certain psychoses and other things of that nature.
That's right. It's a
Um, and that tends to be what people use it for. People can get hooked on it pretty easily. It can be very, very addictive. So it's no surprising that this thing is just empty. Um, but yeah, it seems to be a bottle of laudanum, and that's what laudanum is used for.
Yeah.
Do any of us, or do any of you guys have detect magic?
Yeah. I can cast detect mad. I mean, my mom used to give this to some of the sickly folk back in when I grew up, but
Do you,
this is some heavy stuff.
do you suppose this is what they were drinking?
It would seem so.
I'll ritual cast detect magic while we talk.
Okay.
Well, it's no small wonder that they didn't know what hit them, whatever it was.
Do you think someone tricked them into drinking it?
Perhaps. Or I don't, I might not.
Simple matter of a small illusion might have done the trick. But the entire bottle?
An entire bottle split 7 ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a whiskey bottle of laudanum. It's
Really?
like, almost like a
Yeah,
pocket-sized flask of laudanum. You
that's
could very easily divide it up.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Or if someone dosed the rest of them so that they could slip into the mine undetected.
Well, now that would explain our midnight caper.
I think there might be something more nefarious about this.
Well, of course, someone drugged the rest of their co-workers in order to steal merchandise, explosives.
I mean, I think there's something more nefarious about the laudanum.
Could I also
Detect
figure out
magic
what?
turns up nothing. It is a
Oh,
regular
damn it.
laudanum bottle. The only things that light up around you are your companion's magical items.
Right.
Do I know? Can I also figure out what granite and basalt are?
If you would like to make a nature check, you may. I'm only gonna do nature check this time, not
Nature.
Arcana.
11.
Ooh.
You've heard there are probably some sort of like they're either a fey spirit or an elemental spirit, clearly tied to stone and rock.
Okay.
You
You
can't quite
don't
put your
say.
finger on what the name is of these creatures or whether they are fey or are elemental. They probably speak both fey languages and elemental languages. But you don't quite know.
Lovely.
Oh,
Well, now I suppose we ought to be finding out which one of them miners was the one what came down here.
hmm.
I suppose he'd be the one to tell us what happened that night.
Assuming they're still here.
Yeah, I mean, if all 7 of them disappeared, how would we be able to track down the one that did this?
Uh, do you suppose, Melanthrios, you're good with animals? Perhaps maybe you could speak with one of them?
Unfortunately, I don't have speak with animal.
Well, hell,
Oh no.
Uh,
Listen, all the animals that we've been getting so far have been mechanical, aside from those two at the beginning. So, excuse me.
no, no, no. I'm just trying to figure out above game what exactly it is the hell we're gonna do to figure out where he went. And I'm
I
slipping back
mean,
to that accent again.
we could try to recreate what happened to them, and
Do you want to drink the
The,
lot?
no, not drinking the laudanum. We could try
the
to camp
bottle is
out in the middle
empty.
of the
No
night.
one is suggesting that we drank laudanum.
All of the crime scene is completely intact. There's the footprints, there's the cups.
Would there be footprints that are leading in the direction?
Nope, we already checked.
Well, there are hyena footprints leading out.
Yeah.
Try following those.
I suppose we could follow those.
What I mean is, are there the footprints of the person with the dynamite on the ground leading further into the cave?
It seems not. The cave itself is pretty rocky. You wouldn't be leaving footprints. Also depending on what time they came down and grabbed the dynamite, the footprints might already be gone. It was lucky that the day before yesterday and yesterday didn't have a lot of wind, so the tracks for that particular little incident might not be available, but the ones for the incident 2 days ago definitely are.
Ah,
Oh, before I forget, Chauncey's gonna like start rifling through his bag again for something, and he's like, "It's oh, there's one thing I always learn from my sister. It's bad luck to take something without giving something, especially from something that's not from the material plane." Which one was it? Basalt or was it granite that gave us something?
Basalt gave you the laudanum
Basalt.
bottle.
Yeah, Chauncey's gonna just pull out one of his little trinkets and be like, "I mean, I hope it makes up for the bottle," and he's gonna hand it over, and it's just like a little like hat pin, except the end of it has like sea glass on it that's been shaped into like a little flower shape.
Oh, yeah, he takes it. Yep, this is better than a bottle. And it goes into the beard. Thank you.
love that. Love that.
Well,
Ah,
hopefully you figure out who took the miners.
indeed, and we do thank you for the information you was able to provide.
And they both nod and, well, hopefully we'll see you around. Yep, hopefully we'll see you around. And both of them toddle to opposite sides, and you hear the grinding of rock as they just sink into the rock and vanish.
Ah,
Well, I mean, at least we know that they're not still in the mine, right? That's an improvement.
it's not much of an improvement.
It gives us a starting point.
Hell,
Maybe Velantria says maybe they got turned into hyenas. Maybe they got turned into drugged up hyenas.
I'd be
No.
battered and fried if I know what the hell happened.
Should we go back to the town and tell them what we've discovered?
What did we discover? They knew somebody was stealing. We found out somebody was stealing. They knew the miners was missing. We found out the miners is missing, and they knew that there were hyenas, and we found some hyenas.
Oh, Marcus, you don't have to be such a negative Ned.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. But I do feel like before we go back to town, we ought to find something better to tell them. Besides that, we know somebody came down and stole TNT.
I mean, do we want to try tracking the hyena tracks, or do we want to try laying a trap?
I think tracking the hyenas would be better.
I'd be more willing to take your advice on that matter.
Oh, I mean, Valantrios, this is your dog and pony show if it's coming down to tracking.
Amen if I have one.
All right, let's go track the hyena tracks. Like,
All right. So you begin heading out of the mine. You start the trek down the long hallway. At first, things seem normal
Oh no.
until you see a figure walking towards you from the entrance of the mine. Silhouetted, they do seem to have ears that poke up, but they're walking upright. And as they get closer, they pass by the first continual flame. They are clearly dead.
Oh,
Horrible, papery thin skin stretched over bones where holes are stretching in it. Skin is still webbed, almost like the wrappings of mummies over the chest, but the spine in the back is exposed as it lurches towards you, almost rattling. It has a very clearly hyena head, but people arms. In its mouth is a stick of dynamite that's lit, and inside of its body is a whole bundle of dynamite that's just been shoved up into its rib cage. And you watch as you realize the fuses are lit, and then one by one all the fuses go out.
Oh, oh fuck.
Does anybody speak abyssal?
Uh,
hmm.
shit. Nope, I didn't take it.
1 second.
I don't speak abyssal.
Features and traits, no descriptions.
It's under languages on the far left side at the bottom.
No, stop it. Personality traits, flaws, appearance.
That
Um,
is
where would it be? Sorry.
If you're looking at your main character sheet, it's on the left. On the left at the very bottom.
would it be under skills?
Uh, I'm not sure. Hang on, let me put it back to where the sections are.
No.
If you go to
Or like proficiencies,
Oh, there we go.
maybe?
I
on
speak
it,
Infernal.
no.
Check Jed's list. I know he hasn't been talking, but he is with you. So check Jed's sheet to see if
no.
he speaks abyssal.
Although what's great is we all speak Infernal. That's fantastic.
I don't. He speaks Celestial, Common, Infernal. I don't speak Infernal. Y'all are evil.
All right. So this creature says something in a language you do not understand. And then the dynamite detonates, and I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
What the fuck, dude? 21.
You pass.
Oh, and
4.
You do not pass.
You don't say.
I got a 1 and a 2 for me and the robot. Well,
All right, so both
that's
of
my
you fail. And
mods.
Jed,
Jed is a 14. Oh,
that does not succeed.
well, hell.
So you all are going to be taking 28 points of fire damage. To those who succeeded, you'll
Oh,
be taking
wait.
14.
Aren't I immune to fire damage?
You are resistant to fire, and since you succeeded, then that means you'll only be taking 7 because you took half because you succeeded and half because
Resistant.
you're resistant.
No.
And so I think Jed, depending on what resistances he has, would be taking half.
Yep.
So he'd only be taking 14 instead of the full on 28. But
Yup.
everybody else takes full on 28 points of fire damage as this TNT goes off and blows you back as you watch the tunnel collapse in front of you,
Oh,
blocking you
hell.
in.
So I only took 7 damage, right?
Yes, you only took 7 fire damage.
Okay.
You're probably the healthiest of the party members at this moment.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't feel it. Ah.
All right, how's everyone doing?
Horrible.
Ugh.
But
I'm just lighting. I'm gonna be like that guy from Atlantis be like, all right, Paul, who's dead?
Who's dead? Oh yeah.
In the ever loving hell was that?
I mean, if anyone would like to make a nature check, they can. Lots of nature checks this round.
Okay, 1 second. I'm getting there.
Hell no, but can we take a short rest while he's at nature check?
I got an 18 on a nature check.
Ooh.
I got a 9.
Okay, so you've never seen one of these creatures before, perhaps for good reason. Chauncey, that thing was a gnoll. It was undead, but it was a gnoll. Gnolls or are fiends, the spawn of the demon lord Yinogu. They hunger eternally for flesh and blood. They can never truly be sated, and while they can break free of Yinogu's grasp, the hunger is eternal. Um, this one was clearly dead. They do resemble hyenas. They can talk to hyenas. Most gnoll bands will go walk around with hyenas because Yinogu takes the form of a very large hyena.
Hmm.
There, oh, that was an undead gnoll stuff. That explains the hyenas. There are gnolls around. I didn't know why. I mean, I've never actually encountered one personally, but when I was a bit younger, I went on did a dig with my eldest sister at one point where we stumbled across like this campground that ancient gnolls had settled at one point, and she gave me a very long practical dissertation on them. But
Hmm.
oh, they're abyssal hell spawn of a demon lord that roam the material plane and talk to hyenas and oh god, oh lovey mate, gee, oh gods, lovey mate, repair protocol 4 because she only has 4 hit points, so she needs to
Oh,
fix herself.
yeah.
Uh, so
Um,
yeah,
oh,
he's just gonna be like, someone's reanimating dead gnolls and stuffing them full of dynamite.
for what the hell? Why?
Probably to send us to hell.
Fabulous.
That's annoying. I mean,
It does explain the missing dynamite. It doesn't exactly explain why the miners is the one what's taking it.
oh god, what if they took the miners to eat?
But that from
Uh,
that gentleman left of his own accord. Well, at least he made it to the entrance of the mine with that dynamite. I'm very confused.
Also, there were never any um footprints going out, only coming in.
Indeed. So all we know from that is that he didn't leave on his feet.
There were no humanoid footprints going out. There were hyena footprints, though, right?
There were hyena footprints going out and lots of them.
And gnoll footprints would match hyena footprints.
hmm
Indeed, they would.
There's
A
no real
band,
good way to know which ones were gnoll footprints and which ones were hyena footprints.
a gnoll band could have probably easily captured 6 or 7 miners and carried them out without even especially if they were drugged up on laudanum.
Well, that does make things a little bit different then. Does anybody have the ability to locate infernal creatures?
Um,
I think because Jed hasn't said anything in a while, he's just been quietly following. He does look a little nervous and a little disturbed about something, but he's been keeping quiet and he's like, I don't think so. Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
uh,
And at this
sorry,
point, you start hearing the good old heave ho song getting louder and louder. Um, as you watch, the hallway lights up as all 30 or so of the Briganock are marching up the hallway towards you. Bless you.
Um,
How do they seem?
They seem normal.
Volantris, like, are they close to us? Like, are they in front of us?
They're behind you, coming up towards you.
Yeah.
They clearly don't have any ill intent. They're harmless creatures, you would know this. They can't really
Yeah.
fight anything. Even as a horde, they'd have a hard time fighting because they're just so weak. They're only
But
built for mining.
Volantris leans down uh, almost eye level with them, and he says, "Hello, my friends. Would you mind lending us a hand?"
That's what we came here to do.
That's so very sweet of you.
All right, get in positions. And you watch as all 30 of them climb the rocks that have fallen off, and they get into position, and they once again start singing. But this time they sing a new verse that you'd never heard before. Heave ho, we work for cakes down below. One for all and all for one. We won't stop till work is done. Confront us with a daunting task. We'll stop time's mighty hourglass. Heave ho, we work for cakes down below. And suddenly the air gains a sort of golden shimmer to it, as if suddenly it was the golden hour within this very tunnel. The air feels almost syrupy as you watch as the Briganock suddenly turn into blurs that just whirl over this um, stone pile, and you watch as it's almost blasted apart in an instant. And suddenly the air reverts to normal as they're all
Well, I did not know they were that efficient. Do you have any of that brisket in there or some cake? Oh, we didn't have no cakes.
I don't have any cakes. Do you guys
we'll
take
take
turkey?
we'll take an IOU for cake.
I make a pretty mean cake.
Sold, gentlemen.
All right. And you watch as the little tiny Briganock pulls out um, a human-sized button. This is your IOU, and hands you the button. It's just a regular button.
Oh, all right.
Just remember you owe us cake. All right, back to work. And all of them start marching, and they once again start singing the regular song again as they all march back off into the cave.
They are efficient little critters, ain't they?
I like them.
So, of course, I believe Chauncey, you were the one that knew this. This is their time ability. They're able to slow time, and they use that to get you out. They can do several hours of work in a matter of seconds, which was
mean,
probably how they were able to move all of the rock away so quickly.
it's fascinating to know. I've read about it in theory, but seeing it in practice. The Fae are tricky, interesting beings after all. They can slow and stop their own time, and we just saw it in mass of 30 at once.
Well, I do suppose that qualifies as the something more I had mentioned we ought to gather before returning to town.
Do we want to go back to town already, or
Well, I suppose if we feel like we ought to press our luck since we's on a roll here with the explosions and everything, maybe we could follow them footprints, but I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear. I don't know about any of the rest of you.
I think it's best not to push our luck, and we have a vital piece of information that we should probably get to the town before anything might happen to us.
Fair enough. I suppose I could use myself a sit down if nobody minds.
I mean, what if we took a rest now and is it pressing our luck or pressing a tactical advantage if the enemy thinks they've killed or trapped us? we go back to town, they'll figure out sooner or later what we've done.
I don't know that I know much about having enemies, but you reckon that ought to be the best thing to do, then I I don't suppose I have any objection.
All right, fine.
Well, so arrest it is. And I don't know, I guess he'll like saddle up against some rock, kind of chill for a second, like maybe unroll his armor. Yeah, that's what he'll do. He'll doff his armor and like just pack it up under his head, chill for a minute. Yeah,
Chauncey definitely needs to spend some hit dice himself during the short rest.
exactly.
Because
So,
that was over half of his hit points in one blast.
Oh yeah, that was a devastating fireball.
It sure was. It sure was. Well, there we are, back to Max.
Not quite there, but much better than we were. And after Chauncey's also going to just use mending to heal Lovey May up to full.
Of course.
Because
I don't know
he
if
can
you want
heal
to
his-
use any of Jed's hit dice
Uh,
to heal him up, because I think he took what 14 points of fire damage because he failed the saving throw, but might be resistant to fire.
Yeah, yes to both. So yeah, let's say we'll take 2 of these. And what else would that be then? 4? No, 6. Hi. I see what you were saying. You're so yellow. Oh, okay, that's my desk. Okay, I try to roll some dice. I know. Let me see. Let me see the dice. 8 and an 8 is 7 plus 6 is 13. So that got him up pretty good, actually.
All right, so he's only down a hit point.
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, you take a undisturbed short rest.
Fabulous.
I would say it's probably maybe at this point around noon. The sun is beating down over the outside area, the sort of party area, the cups gleaming in the sun, still laying on the ground with the single one on the corner of the box. And so, what would you all like to do?
Well, Tree Man, you suppose you want to take a look at them feet prints? Yeah, the Lanthrios, Nature Boy.
Yep,
Nature boy.
Yes.
Respected.
This would be a survival check because you're going to be tracking them. So it's a little different than just a nature check to just know about nature.
Okay, 1 second. Where's survival?
I'll cast guidance.
All right, so that means you'll get an extra D4.
You can do it.
Is it under abilities?
It's a skill
Yeah,
check.
skill.
Yeah, it's under skills.
It's the very last.
So you're getting a D6, a D4, and a D20 plus the survival bonus.
Yup.
So a D6 plus a D4.
Yeah.
Plus
you,
a D20
you get
With
to
your
have
survival.
survival.
Yeah.
A D20. So wait, is it like a specific
you can just
thing?
roll on your survival and then add a D6 and a D4 extra.
I'm not sure where survival is.
It's at the very bottom of your skill list.
The skills are in alphabetical order.
Very bottom.
Right, but I was there and I didn't see it.
You might have to scroll a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. There's
That's
like
fine.
a
The list
second
is-
scroll thing.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go. So let's see. That's a 9 plus a D4, a D6,
Mm-hmm.
and a D20.
Oh no, you already rolled your D20.
The D20 was the 9.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
A D4 plus a D6.
There it
So
is.
9 plus 5. So 14.
Ooh, man,
Ooh.
that's rough.
So I will say, as you are tracking these hyenas across the desert off into Rattlesnake Gorge, it veers off and continues going. You make it for a little bit before the wind starts to pick up and the tracks begin to disappear. But I will say at this point, you have turned a corner where the mountain kind of blocked where it was, where the town was. You can't see the town directly anymore, but you do see a giant red rock sticking straight up into the sky. If you pull out your map and kind of orient yourself, I will say with that survival check, you'll be able to do this. That rock over there is called Devil's Thumb. You also see a lot of vultures circling Devil's Thumb. And just on the horizon, you think you see maybe a large dragon skull at the base of it. As you begin to get closer, it's pretty big. It seems to be a big dragon skull, big enough to see at quite a distance. It'll probably take you maybe half an hour of walking to get there, but you can go there, and the feet prints were heading in that direction.
So I guess we just keep going.
Oh, that away.
I mean, it seems like a likely if there's a dead, if there's dragon bones, they might congregate there.
Yeah.
A monument called a Devil's Rock probably has some allure to creatures from the abyss. But really, you don't suppose it would, because the abyss and the hells are two very different things.
Yeah, no.
Devils versus demons and all that.
Hmm.
Categorically imposed. Or, well, not imposed. What am I trying to say here?
Mutually exclusive.
No, no. Ugh.
Um,
Sometimes the words, they just muddle together in the mind. Too much going on, you know?
confusing as hell.
Hmm. I've been accused of worse.
At any rate, suppose we should see what's up with the thumb.
Yes. Yes, we should.
So
Or the
after
devil's
half
thumb.
an hour of walking, you make it to this landmark. It's not just a dragon skeleton that's here. It's also mammoth skeletons
Damn.
that are scattered all over the place, as if this dragon gorged itself on dead mammoths and then somehow died.
Hmm.
It is a wide radius. It's almost a graveyard of these sorts of creatures. On the wind, you hear hyena cackling and occasionally even whispers on the wind. But otherwise, it's pretty silent, save for the vultures flying up ahead over Devil's Thumb.
But we found some bones, and this rocky monument seemed like the footprints was headed this way.
Sounds like they're in there
In there.
in
In
the
the rock?
sun.
Well, I mean, how close are we to the monument,
And
to
how
the rock?
big is it
I'm
exactly?
going to say that you are perhaps 500 to 600 feet away from the rock, but you are just on the edge of where the skeletons are starting to stop.
Okay.
This is a huge mammoth graveyard of just bones and skeletons scattered all over the place.
Um, well, I guess let's advance towards the monument, perhaps.
Before we go any further, Chauncey's going to cast Aid So let me see. So we're gonna tag everybody else. So everybody else gets 5 more hit points.
And
They're not temporary
Amazing.
hit points, so they will stack with temporary hit points, but your hit point maximum is increased by 5.
cool. Well, then
Wait.
I will give Chauncey and Jed heroism, which is 3.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick little upcast. Quick little upcast.
All right.
And you said the max is increased by 5 temporary.
Your max is increased by 5, and it would stack with temp HP sources. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a second
8 is a
level spell.
pretty good spell.
So
Yeah.
they were only temporary hit points, not actual hit points.
No, these are actual hit points, but
They are
will,
actually hit points.
Yeah,
It
they'll go
increases your
away.
maximum.
Yeah, they'll go away when the spell ends. Fortunately, it's not a concentration spell, so even if I get hit or go down, they won't fade.
Right.
But they last 8 hours, so it's really probably for the rest of this day you're gonna have them, or until
Yeah.
something hits you.
Okay.
Yeah, because isn't it? No, you can heal back up to that maximum, can't you?
Yeah, you can heal back up the 8
Yeah,
hit
so even if
points.
you lose them, you can get them back if you heal up to that. All right. So, what are you all doing?
Should we maybe try?
I say we make a run for it.
Okay.
Dash
I
action.
mean, Lovey May and I aren't exactly the pictures of discretion.
I didn't imagine we was gonna be anyway, so I figured we might as well be fast if anything was gonna surprise us.
Yeah, Chauncey's just gonna heft out his fire maul, and he's like, "Okay, that's. I mean, as long as the rest of you can keep up."
Belantrios, you know how to gee up.
What stat would that be?
I'm sorry, I'm being all like westerny. Yeah, it just means run.
Yeah, we're gonna run. We're gonna start running towards the rock, and we're just prepping ourselves in case something attacks us on the way there.
Get ready to
Yep.
shake a ham shank.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Chauncey's
I'm really going for it.
Chauncey's gonna just like. You guys probably we can't see it visually, but just math calculations like the math woman meme in
Oh,
his
the
head.
math meme.
As he's gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on himself because
Ooh.
Fey touched, he can do that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because Daddy was an elf and Mama was a vampire. Don't ask me how that works.
I am gonna have to write a song about your family someday. Like,
It's crazy.
one of my personalities is gonna have to write a song about you. It's gonna be
All right.
It's gonna
So
be
would that be an Elmire
an L. Sure.
Elmire.
umpire?
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't like.
So, unfortunately, Dompier does remove any other racial bonuses you could have had, so I couldn't
Yep.
take half elf stuff.
It does.
But technically, Chauncey's oldest sister is a half elf. She's not a Dompier because she was conceived before Mama was a vampire.
Yep.
Interesting.
All right.
So we run it.
We're running.
Yes.
And you guys have to keep up with me because I have a faster movement speed than everybody else.
I'm dashing.
Oh yeah. Even
Is
with
it just a
dashing, you're
walking speed?
lagging behind
It's-
as you're.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long for you to beeline through this, clankety clanking all the way through.
Yeah.
You definitely get this sense that they've noticed. They know you're here. The cackling, the laughing. They know you're here.
Fabulous. Of course they do.
As you sprint, you notice The dragon's skull actually in the base of the jaw, it's almost like a tunnel that goes in. Um, Almost as if you could be you're going to be swallowed by the dragon in order to get into this underground place.
Love it.
As you all speed towards it, you notice you have been being chased by gnolls and by hyenas. And as you get to the entrance of this dragon maw, they all stop.
Armor of Agathis.
They don't attack you. But you do put up your armor of Agathis.
Yeah, definitely.
How many of them are there?
Say there's probably a good maybe 80.
Why do you suppose they're not advancing?
Because they're more scared of what's ever in there.
You mean where we's at right now?
Yeah, we might.
Are we in the skull
As
now, or are we
Turning
just outside of it?
around like
I'll say you are in the skull.
very slowly doing a 180.
They
Yeah.
are somewhat slowly advancing, and you do hear smatterings of laughter.
Oh, fuck.
They're advancing, but it's very clear that they're more of goading you forward rather than going to attack you or corner you.
I think we might be what you'd call fucked.
I mean, we should at this point probably just keep going forward to whatever's down there.
Might as well. Seems
Onward we go.
damned if we do and damned if we don't.
Okay, we're just gonna continue moving forward.
Dreadfully forward then.
All right.
Away
You
from
head
hyena man.
into the cool tunnel. It is cold down here. Surprisingly cold. It also smells very obviously of death and decay.
I don't like it.
You notice tunnels are leading into each other. You begin to see hallways crossing each other. This place is starting to get confusing, as if it was specifically made and carved out this way. You make it to a room that was very clearly some kind of a feeding room. There are bodies that are all pushed up against the wall, skeletons. And you see 6 bodies laying on the floor, clearly having been recently eaten. Looks like most of their blood has been drained, but they're still wearing minor gear. Some of them still have their pickaxes on them.
I done told you they got 8.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it would seem.
I hope we ain't next.
I will say the one thing that you notice is there were 7 people that were missing. There's only 6 bodies.
So
Right.
do you
Wasn't one of them the one with the dynamite?
what do you want to bet that the one with the dynamite's not one of the bodies on the floor?
I have a feeling we're going to find out in just a second.
Can I like medicine or investigate these bodies? Like, I know they've been eaten a little bit, but you said they were also exsanguinated, right?
Yes, looks like it. Their skin is kind of hollowing a little bit, as it's
Why
very
would
clear the
Knowles
veins
want
are
to?
like collapsing.
Why would Knowles drain them of blood first?
Seems like a question you'd know the answer to better than I.
Fair point.
Could I see? Do I remember if Knowles would drain them of blood first?
With your astonishing check for the gnolls eat flesh. And it looks like flesh has been eaten, but they don't typically exsanguinate their victims. That's not a gnoll thing specifically. That's other creatures.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. I don't think it's just moles, guys.
Would you like to make a medicine check on the
Sure.
bodies?
Who wants to find out what's behind door number 2?
I'll do that too, just for the hell of it.
Ah, that's gonna be a 9 on a medicine check. I can't identify the bites or whatever they did to drain the blood.
I'm 13.
You see, particularly around their necks and chest, their stomachs are eaten mostly. Their legs as well, some of their arms have been eaten, but around their chest and their neck, you see very large, always in pairs, very large holes, significantly larger than a human mouth, but still 2 holes, almost like a vampire.
How are we gonna deal with the vampire right now?
What are you guys seeing in there?
Well, I'm sure my friend here would have more experience with it, but it would seem that they're vampire bites.
Lovely.
And as
Yeah.
Volanthrios points it out to you, you also notice this is wider than a human mouth. The fangs are bigger than your fangs or fangs of vampires your size.
This isn't a humanoid vampire.
Some kind of vampiric beast.
A
Monk.
vampiric knoll?
A vole.
That can't be good. Not at all.
Volanthrios is 1, Chauncey is 2, Marcus is 3,
Shit.
and Jed is 4. Marcus,
Go ahead.
you look up to see a giant hyena almost scraping the ceiling walk by, shrouded in shadow and darkness. It turns, its eyes glow green for a moment before it silently leaves. And I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Okay. 20.
Its eyes, as it gazes upon you, you feel almost revolted, sick, your skin crawling, your stomach turning, the acid in your stomach boiling like you've never felt before. You are almost brought to your knees, but you shake it off, whatever this forceful something is. And all of you hear cackling as something moves away, a sort of a deeper cackling, a more menacing cackling that actually makes the hairs stand up on your body. And it's gone.
That was terrifying. None of this is okay. I think we just found out what didn't drain these people. You guys saw that too, right?
Yes.
Shit. Can I like mold earth us a little barrier wall real quick? Some like cover type of a thing?
Sure. I will say there's probably enough dirt laying around to mold some sort of barrier. There's not a lot of it, but you at least have something to kind of cover part of the door and maybe duck behind, but it's not going to go all the way up the door.
Something like that. Well, what do you suppose we do now, boys?
I mean, this is probably not. I don't know. We should probably do something.
Do we? I'm not feeling confident that we can take that thing down.
I mean, do we try to find a way out of here then?
I think we I think we just lost access to the way out of here.
Well, then the only way out is through. And the only way through is through that thing.
So there's a problem, we fix it.
I do love how you say that so casually.
Echoing down the hallway is another cackle, but this
Oh, no.
cackle seems different. Your heart stopped for a moment, and I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, forward. We gotta move. We gotta do something. Ah! 11 for myself.
That is a failure.
Of course it is.
I got a 13.
That is a failure.
I
And
got 11.
That is a failure. And Jed,
fail. It's a 9.
that is also a failure. The four of you, Lovey May being immune to this, of course, being a construct, are overcome with terror. This is going to be where you die. There is no coming back from this.
I knew it. I knew we was done for. I knew we was done for when I took this job and signed on to sleep in that shitty bed in this tiny town.
After a minute, this fear subsides,
Ugh.
but it seems like this creature is toying with you.
I would just like to, after it wears off, I just like to slap Marcus across the face and be like, snap out of it.
Sorry about that, friend. Okay. Well, everybody's getting a bardic inspiration real quick. We're just gonna do that. Play me a little song on my flute. Little song of death.
How
Song,
do I apply that?
fucking Ride of the Valkyries or something. I don't know. Yeah, so D6 for your next ability check or saving throw, I think.
Yeah, I think it's ability check, saving throw, and attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, you're right.
So you get to add a d6 to it if you choose. But I think you have to, they last 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Looks like there's really no way of getting out of this.
No, let's see. Let me see. Oh, I'd have to target the creature. I'd have to target it.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Let's
I?
just double.
Oh,
sorry.
can I prepare? Yeah, can I prepare Fairy Fire for like the next time it runs past?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for that.
I will let you do it. Typically, you can only hold it for one round. It'll go down with you spending the spell slot at the beginning of your next turn. But
Okay.
just for the sake of this, because this is going to be weird until combat starts, I will let you hold it until it goes by.
Okay, cool.
Could I don't know. So it's a gnoll and a vampire, right?
Possibly.
maybe.
Possibly.
Seems to be the most logical conclusion that you can draw from the evidence.
Do I know anything about non-humanoid vampires?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Surprise, surprise, I'm actually very good at those.
Shocker.
Fingers crossed. I mean, it's a 14.
Other things aside from humanoids can, well, typically it is only humanoids that can be cursed with vampirism, but things like gnolls can also be cursed with vampirism. Their vampiric weaknesses work a little bit differently. You know humanoid vampire weaknesses. Gnoll vampire weaknesses might be different entirely. So the things that you might know work well against you or work well against your mom might not do anything to this one.
Cool.
Double fucked. Got it.
Eh.
Super duper.
I mean, some of the things that my mom would avoid might work on it. I don't know.
Well, if you've got any ideas, I'd say now's the time to pull them out.
sunlight. Holy shit.
Does anyone happen to be in possession of any holy shit?
Not actual I mean, well, you know what I meant.
Volantris is just looking at the situation and thinking of the dream that he had earlier that day.
Oh, yes.
And
Had a dream earlier.
well, I didn't actually like say that.
Oh,
Uh, but he's like looking at the situation, the fear of death that he was inflicted with, and um is it literally like he can just say it to himself, like
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, you get the sense that you don't have to say it out loud necessarily. You can just like fold your hands and whisper it or think it or whatever, just as long as you call out to this being.
okay, so Volantris folds his hands with at the sound of all the laughing and the fear of dread, and he's like, uh Queen Titania, um please be the light in this darkness.
And for a moment, as you have your eyes closed, sunlight comes across them. There's warmth on your skin. You hear the chirping of birds. You smell freshly fallen leaves and trees and other such things. You feel as though you're in an enchanted forest, but only for a brief moment before that fades. No one else sees anything. There's no visual effect to this. It's just an experience. So now you have your level 1 cleric abilities.
spicy.
Yes. With that done, uh let's see, where is it? Where the hell are you? Angle, no, no. Question. Does Sanctuary work on uh Chauncey's doll?
I presumably it would work
If
on her.
If you
ward
cast it
creature
on her,
Yeah.
yeah. If it just says creature, it's anything.
okay,
So
because it
you
says
can
I can
cast this
ward
on
a
a
creature.
god if you wanted to.
Right. So it says that I can ward a creature within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the ward creature within attack, blah blah blah, must make a wisdom saving throw, and it is a range of 30 feet.
Oh,
Okay. So yeah,
So
it
I
can
think as
reach out
long as we
and
all like congregate around her.
wait. Don't sanctuary her.
Why?
Because if it fails, it has to choose a new target.
which means someone else within melee range
Which means a
has to
weaker
take the
target.
hit.
So wait, is this thing's running up along the roof, right?
No, it's just running back and forth through the hallways.
Yeah. Yeah, sanctuary like yourself or something, or Chauncey, or yeah.
Jed, start fucking praying to O or something. I don't know.
Oh fuck, yeah, Jed, he can do stuff.
Um,
uh, uh,
and he fumbles out his holy book.
yes.
I don't know what abilities he's going to use.
No, no. What about an unseen servant? Is that a thing? Is that a good thing? Flaming spear, spider climb.
Just like
Oh,
trying desperately. I will say at this point, because enough time has passed, Chauncey, as you're looking around the room as everybody is kind of panicking, you see the green eyes poke out of the darkness and then move away, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20. Plus, I'm proficient in it, so I think that's going to be a 27.
All right. The green eyes seem to make you ill. Your skin crawls, your stomach flip-flops, but you push through it and push through the nausea, remembering perhaps times in the doctor's office when your mother was doing some particularly nasty surgery and you didn't want to throw up on the floor, the whatever your mother may have taught you, you hold it in. But this thing has tried to make you sick, and it
Not-
cackles off into the darkness.
I was gonna say, when we're making eye contact, can I hiss at it?
Yes, you certainly may. It does
Uh,
nothing.
I mean, my fairy fire goes off.
Yes, which means it gets a saving throw. Let me check to see if it has advantage on anything.
Oh, but I actually have Ward of Radiance.
Oh, okay. Is that a thing? I don't know what
Oh,
that
you
is.
mean Word of Radiance?
Word of Radiance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, that's literally a
Oh,
it's more of a
yeah.
close range fuck you. So Sacred Flame is the long range fuck you that you throw.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Word of Radiance is
Yeah.
the close range fuck you that just does everybody around you.
The thing is,
Of
like
your choice.
Sacred Flame, I actually need to be able to see them.
Word of Radiance, you don't, I guess, because it's an
Yeah.
area. You can just,
But like Sacred Flame, I do.
yeah.
Okay.
What saving throw is it for?
It is Dex, and it's 13 is the DC.
It
Oh.
got a 19. This thing is
Oh.
fast.
Fuck. Okay. Well, and also that your temp HP went down. Definitely been longer than a minute.
Oh, for heroism?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All right.
Well, I'm instead of just sitting here letting it play with us. I don't know.
I just need to be able to see it.
That's what I was trying for, but it's too fast. I was trying to mark it for you. Sorry, lost the thing.
You hear another cackle echo down the hallway. Not as haunting as before, but then you hear something else. Another voice. A human voice. Help!
And
Help!
I gotta run towards the help. I gotta go for it. I gotta.
I'd also like to cast Guiding Bolt
On.
the creature.
You haven't seen it again.
It's
Okay, I don't need to see it with this.
You do, because it's an attack roll,
Okay.
yeah.
sadly.
There's like one spell attack in the whole game where you don't actually need to see the creature, and it's level 4.
What one is that?
Rothlum's Psychic Lance. You don't need eye
Oh.
contact. You don't need line of sight for that one. I only know that because Mark
Ooh.
had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You could just think about something and it would shoot a psychic missile at it, as long as it was within like 300 feet of you.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so towards the help screen.
I
Unfortunately.
mean, it might be a trap, but nothing else to do here other than let it try to spook us.
Oh, it's definitely a trap. But I'm
Chauncey's like choking up on his maul, and he's like, come on, fellas.
I'm going.
All right. As you all dash out into the hallway, into the winding maze that you don't know where anything is, you hear, help! Help! Again, but the source of it has moved, and you once again hear the cackle from around you.
Ah, hell. It was an illusion.
You know what? You can play this fucking mind game.
And now
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy.
Uh-huh.
And create the sound of a dragon's roar.
all right, yeah.
All right. The dragon's roar echoes down the hallway as you use your cantrip for the very first time. And actually, if you can make me an intimidation check.
Okay. Where is that? Skills or abilities?
Skills.
And you have a
Intimidation.
wait.
And bone.
No, who did I give it to?
You gave it to, I think, both
Yeah.
Chauncey and
Yeah.
Velantrios.
That was my
So you can
last.
add a d6 to your, because it hasn't been 10 minutes, so you can add a d6 to this check if you want to.
Yes, please.
All right. Roll the d6 on top of the.
So 17.
Oh, the D6 was the one.
Oh, okay. The cackling stops. You
Yay.
actually don't hear any more of the help, help screaming. It's suddenly deathly quiet.
Okay, we gotta get ahead of this thing. Um, shit. I don't, I really don't know what else to do. Uh, fuck. You know what? Um, yes, yeah. Hang on. Let me look something up.
I mean, I can try to snare it. I don't know if that'll work.
I mean, you can try. You don't know where
Yeah,
this thing is. It knows its den better than you, and you all walked right into it.
but
Okay. I also
um,
have Moonbeam that isn't necessarily a attack. I can literally just put it in a spot that'll create like a light source.
Yes.
true. You can do that. Um, Jed, I feel like can we actually? I've been joking about it, but can we actually do spider climb and go like up onto the ceiling?
Sure. You can do spider climb and go
Yeah,
up on the ceiling.
let's freaking do that. It's concentration an hour, so I don't see why like having that advantage wouldn't be cool.
I
All
mean, I
right.
could spider climb too.
I yeah, you can do it naturally,
I can
right?
do it for free. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
was like, I can go up on the ceiling.
Like, well, cool. I mean, everybody up on the ceiling. I don't know what I like. Listen, I'm at a loss here. But at this point, we're like just waiting for this thing to run by so we can maybe hit it with something.
Yeah.
Volanthrios, at this moment, because you have the highest passive perception, there's a mist on the floor now that wasn't there before.
Right.
Something rolling in.
Okay. Um,
Also, for no particular reason, who's on the floor?
Great. Yeah, I am. Who does
right.
not?
And Volanthrios.
Lovey May's on the floor.
Who's probably immune to whatever the hell that is.
So Jed and Chauncey are on the ceiling, or on the walls at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Volanthrios 1, 2, Marcus 3, 4.
Totally did
Marcus.
feeling. What is my luck today?
I know, I'm sorry.
Go
I was
ahead.
just doing this randomly because
I
it's
know.
hungry, it can't choose.
Go ahead.
Um the mist seems to pause strangely for a moment before it swirls together and leaps forward this knoll. It is huge. It almost takes up the whole hallway, and it's going to go in and grab you as it appears from the mist.
Is this an attack roll?
Yes, it is. So
Unsettling.
everyone roll initiative. And it gets advantage because it was hiding.
23.
For what?
Initiative.
Okay.
13.
Oh, one
Uh,
moment. Let me actually write the initiative down. That would be helpful. Where did my pencil go? I'm losing it today. There it is. Sadly, I have to do it in the middle of my. Oh no, notes are so far apart. Okay. So Marcus got a 23. Who's next?
I was 13.
13 for Volanthrios.
I'll be right back.
Chauncey got a 17.
17 for Chauncey.
Do you want me to throw a d20? I'll throw a
For
d20.
Jed.
Oh, yeah, shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. He got a 6. What's his modifier?
2.
Jed got an 8. Jed, fucking Jed.
Yep.
Of course. And
That's what
this
happens when he's not
thing.
here with his own dice.
I know.
Ooh. All right. So this thing gets advantage on the first one because it surprised you. So it leaps out and it's going to try and claw you twice and bite you once.
Silvery, oh God, that's 3 attacks. Well, Silvery Barb's the first one.
I'm going to be very gracious and let you hold that because it rolled a 4 first. So its first attack is missing for sure. Second one, it rolled a 13 plus.
It hits.
Yeah, so I'm gonna re-roll that one with your silvery barbs. Oh no.
Oh, great. Okay. It's still
Does a
yes.
oh my God, does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Rolled a 10 and it got an 18. Okay.
Okay. So then, but it's still, I still get to give somebody else advantage.
Yes, you do.
Which I guess we're gonna give to Chauncey. You can do it.
Please. You know how good I am at hitting things now?
Yeah, for real. Okay,
You
what am I
take
thinking for
10 slashing damage as this claw rakes down you and grabs into your flesh, and it's going to try and bite you.
wait a second, because it is also going to take 5 cold damage real quick.
Ah, yes.
Armor of Agathis.
Amen, church.
Okay. Let me get my calculator out. Awesome.
Chip damage. Listen, I'll take it.
Um,
For a bard, I'll take it.
does a 21 hit you?
Okay.
So let me read about everything that it
Okay.
does. So first, we'll do the piercing damage first.
Of course we will. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't we?
Oh, I didn't roll too well on the piercing damage.
I'm fine with that. Right? Like,
So it's going to be 8 piercing damage
okay.
and 4 necrotic damage.
Oh my.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by 4.
Okay.
You also watch as this creature, the wound, the burns from the frost begin to heal over. As it seems to have regenerated. And so, Marcus, you are up first with this thing on deck,
Fantastic.
followed by Chauncey.
Okay. Well, so we are going to, where is it? Hang on. We are going to, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to flourish my Mind Sliver card,
Ooh.
which I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but anyway. Yeah, we're going to do that. So that is a, where is it? I keep scrolling right past it. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I stored in there. I stored a Silvery Barbs in there. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you used your Silvery Barbs card?
No, I didn't
Or
use, I didn't, wait, what did I store in there? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I store it?
because that's a reaction.
Yeah, why would I do that? And I
It's
didn't,
like,
I know it wasn't Mind Sliver because that's a fucking cantrip
right.
in there. Because I have it marked off on my sheet.
Oh.
I don't know what I stored. Let's say
Uh-oh.
I stored a Dissonant Whispers. Can we do that?
Sure.
Okay.
What's the saving throw?
I'm not sure that that's the order I want to do it in. I think I want to Mind Sliver first. Yes, I want to Mind Sliver first, and then I'm going to Dissonant Whispers. And neither of those are a card, but I did store a Dissonant Whispers in a card.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, Mind Sliver, which is Intelligence save. That's 13.
Oh, it definitely failed.
Fabulous.
Oh, it got a 5.
Okay, yes, yes. This is the setup here, baby. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice. 5 Psychic.
All right.
And that's 1d4 from the next saving throw,
Awesome.
which
Is
we're
Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers, absolutely. And that's a Wisdom 13.
Wisdom 13. Um Let's see, minus a d4. Got it just under with a 12.
Fabulous. Okay, and oh, I didn't say I was gonna upcast that, which I totally should have, but that's all right. 3, go away. I want to roll the damage. Oh, yes. Okay, 17 psychic on the whispers. And it immediately has to use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from moi.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that's it.
All right.
And then yeah, I'm gonna let's see, position wise, I guess I'm gonna get as close to Chauncey as I can wherever he is up on the wall area, ceiling, whatever.
All right. So
And
this thing runs 30 feet away from you as a reaction.
fabulous. Yep, that'll do me.
And yep, it's now its turn. And you watch. Let me see how much. Actually, since it took so much psychic damage, you don't see anything.
Oh.
But it is going to. What is it going to do? Because it probably can't reach up to the. It's big, but it can't reach up to the ceiling. Can it move back towards you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's not going to go for you because it got pummeled. So it's going to go for the other person on the floor, Vilanthrios.
Okay.
It's going to charge back towards you, hungry, of course, and it's going to natural one swipe as you definitely dodge out of the way as you see this thing bounding towards you before.
Can I do a reactionary?
What reaction are you doing?
Ward of Radiance?
Word of Radiance isn't a reaction, is it?
Or well, I'm not sure what reaction is.
It would be your casting time.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are certain spells that you can only cast as a reaction. Word of Radiance is one that you normally cast as an action or a bonus action if you have Quicken Spell.
Right.
Right, because it's a cantrip. Yeah.
Yeah, reaction spells are normally spells like Absorb Elements, Shield,
Yeah.
like last minute defense spells.
Silvery
A lot of them
Parts,
are
what I did
Yeah.
with
So
Okay.
sadly, you cannot use it unless you have a reaction spell, which you very much might. So that is another claw. So that's. Ooh. Does a 14 hit you?
Let me see.
Your
It does
AC?
not.
All right. So you definitely dodge out of the way again, and it's going to go for a bite. Wow, it's been rolling terribly. It lunges towards you, its jaw snapping together as it tries to bite you, and you just dodge backwards.
It's
And
like the
that
most
is
stupid luck.
the end of its turn. Chauncey, what would you like to do? Volanthrios, you are on deck, and Jed is up after Volanthrios.
So Chauncey, fortunately, Lovey May was still on the ground near everybody, so she's already close to this thing. But Chauncey's just gonna hop off the wall because it's not on the ceiling or wall; it's on the ground, and he's gonna run over. He's got Marcus, who I mean, in the back of his mind, he's doing the math. He's like, that family really does like him and his cousin. They both card tricks, and I think that was definitely a little bit of magic there. Interesting, but for later. He's going to, as a bonus action, cast Branding Smite.
All right.
So his bonus action is Branding Smite, and then he's going to swing his first attack because he has extra attack now. Oh, I get to do it with advantage because of the other thing.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, because I silvery barbs it, but it still got the attack in.
Yep.
Let me see here. Oh, even with advantage, it was Well, no, wait. I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration too.
Oh, you still have that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Okay.
This
So
sucker
with
is outside.
advantage and the Bardic Inspiration, I got a 17 to hit.
That just hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So this attack's gonna deal 2d6 bludgeoning, 1d6 fire, and 2d6 radiant damage
Oh, because of Branding Smite.
because of Branding Smite.
Jesus Christ.
Loving
Do
it.
any of these need separated for resistances or vulnerabilities?
No.
Okay. So
But you
2d6
did say it does radiant damage, right?
yeah, Branding Smite deals
Because
radiant
stuff and
damage
things.
as
Okay.
part of the attack. And it becomes visible if it's invisible and sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible again.
All right.
Yeah, so this thing can't go away.
Thank you.
So damage wise, that's 12, 13, 14 plus an additional 5 is 19 damage off the first hit.
Good Lord.
It's a mixture of fire, bludgeoning, and radiant. The second hit doesn't have Branding Smite, though. It's just,
Right, because the spell went off.
yeah, the spell went off.
Wait, is this melee?
Yeah,
So did you jump down?
yeah, I ran up to it.
Okay.
Nancy has 35
I
movement
missed-
speed because he's
I
a
missed-
vampire.
Missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
you
it
can still be
technically
on the
movement
wall, but you
speed,
do have
but-
to like move down the wall. So you'd be standing like
Yeah.
sideways on the wall attacking this thing.
Oh no, I want to be
Uh,
right up next to it so that if it moves away from me, I can also hit it again.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Plus-
You're
got-
on the floor again.
Yeah, I'm on the floor again next to it, whatever.
All right.
Next one is gonna be a 27 to hit.
Oh Jesus, that hits.
And that's gonna be
Yeah, it does.
2d6 bludgeoning plus 1d6 plus 5. Ugh.
Do
That's
it.
only 9 damage on the second hit because I literally rolled 1, 1, and 2.
Oh no.
Your dice do not like you today, but your bonuses do. So
Very
Yeah.
true.
I mean, I branding smited it, so that's good.
plus extra
yeah.
attack. So thank you for that.
Yeah. So now it can't be invisible. It sheds. It's glowing faintly as Chauncey just starts walloping it with a hammer,
Yep.
and yeah, can't go invisible. So have fun, y'all. And he's right behind. He uses bonus action to do that, so Lovey May can't attack, but she is technically,
Oh.
I'd say, probably within melee range of both him and Volantrios for her reaction.
All right. So then, Volanthrios, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You are in melee with this creature. It has tried to attack you. You are in melee.
So it is in front of me.
Yes, it's in front of you.
Okay. Now I would like to cast Word of Radiance.
All right. What's the saving throw? Because I know it's a saving throw.
16.
And what is it? Is it a dexterity, wisdom?
Constitution saving throw 16.
Oh, it might succeed this. Does a 14 pass?
No.
All right, so it's taking damage. Roll your damage as you just
Yeah.
hold up. What is it that you hold up? Do you just hold up your hand, or do you hold up an object, or what do you hold up to?
I basically give it the middle finger and say "fuck you."
And then
Love
your
it.
middle finger glows and explodes with a bright flash of light. Okay, cool. Roll your damage.
11.
11. Oh my goodness. All right, this thing is not doing too hot. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Let's see.
You
Is there
can
any-
cast a leveled bonus action spell because Word of Radiance is a cantrip. So if you have a bonus action spell you'd like to cast, you can totally cast it.
How would I know if it's a bonus action spell?
Under casting time, it'll say BA.
For you, one of the things that I know you can do with your bonus action is use your druid subclass feature. You have a bonus action heal.
Oh, wouldn't be a healing word.
It
Oh,
wouldn't be the
yes,
healing
you-
word. It's for being a what do you call it? Oh, you
Oh,
could do
you could
healing
use
word
the-
too.
You could
Wait,
healing
yeah.
word, or you could Balm of the Summer Court.
Yes, that's what it is.
You can do either or.
You know what? I have yet to use Balm of the Summer Court. So how would I like is that under skills
It should
or
be under class abilities.
um
Fiddling with D&D Beyond. We love it.
So you would have a number of d6s equal to your druid level, and you can spend up to half of them at one time. So you have 4 of them. You could spend 2 or 1 right now and heal somebody 2 or 1 d6 as a bonus action.
So
Is there
who's
any-
looking the most
temporary
hurt?
hit points.
Is there anyone who needs HP right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
Marcus.
Marcus got whacked.
Marcus got.
All right, I'll spend 2 of them.
All right. Amazing.
Does he roll or do I roll?
I would say he rolls because he's the one initiating
doing
the
the thing. Yeah.
doing the magic.
Yeah.
All right, what dice is that?
2d6. Unless you only want to use 1d6.
No, I'm
But you
doing
can use
2.
2d6. Okay, so roll 2d6.
3.
I will take it.
All right, so
So-
you get 3 hit points back.
So I would just like to say like a glowing field of green just expands from me, and it's like this pastel-ish green aura that surrounds you.
All right.
How refreshing.
Yeah, it probably would smell like a forest or like standing next to a cool, fresh stream.
Exactly.
All right. So then that means that it is Jed's turn now. Who's running Jed and what's Jed doing?
I got him, and let's see what he is doing. You know what? We're gonna vicious mockery. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh. And that's
And
a wisdom save?
16.
Rolled a 16.
Fuck.
So
Pass.
it saves, sadly.
Crap. And yeah, vicious mockery is just a special effect, so it doesn't do anything on a save, I don't think.
Yep, because it's a cantrip, it doesn't deal damage and it doesn't do the special effect.
Right, exactly. So let me see here. Do we have a BA? Let's see if we can put some B in this A.
B in this A, okay.
Literally only got Misty Step. Unless maybe he has like a feature that's a bonus action.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Just the telepathic speech. Healing. Oh, healing light. Let's see here. There's a bonus action. You can heal 1 creature you can see within 60 feet. Spending dice from the pool. Okay.
Oh, it's another pool of dice ability.
Yeah,
I forgot
absolutely.
about this.
Absolutely is. So, oh, well, and he's also got okay, yeah. Definitely forgot about Sacred Flame. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be selfish and have Jed heal me. Is that
Okay, sure.
is that really is
I
that
mean, Colton's not here to say no.
is that really bad form? Like
I
Does
mean, you
anybody
are
else need
badly
healing?
injured.
Yeah, you're the only one that's like messed up.
okay, well then
Everybody else lucked out.
let's just use 2 of those. We'll do another 2d6. You know what? Can somebody else roll it for me though? Like, because I feel
Okay.
really weird. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll
Ooh,
do
you
it.
got. Do you add a modifier? Or is it just the flat 2d6?
It's just the straight, yeah.
10 hit points.
Nice. That brings it back. That's the full
Awesome.
20. All right, cool. So that's BA and A. And I kind of think we're liking hanging out like up on the ceiling.
Up on the ceiling. All
Seems
right.
to be going for people on the ground. So
Fair
let's
enough.
Oh, what a feeling.
I always think it's a
Standing
little
on the
sounds-
ceiling.
Hey, that's right. That's
All right. So that
I
means
was thinking
Marcus,
hilarious
it's your
how-
turn. I think it moved away from you, so you'd have to, in order to melee it, you'd have to move about maybe like 5 feet to get to it.
I'm
5
good.
feet. Cool.
I choose to do Sacred Flame.
What?
on your turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
It's not
yeah,
your turn
it's
yet.
it's
my turn.
Marcus's
It's
turn, not
Marcus's
the
turn.
Lantheus.
And then it's the vampire's turn.
Yay.
And then it's the other vampire's turn.
Oh,
What?
true.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Double vampire. What does it mean?
Let's take a look at this thing.
Sucks to suck.
Oh, true.
Let's do. Let me peek at something here real quick. Okay, so that's the thing, and then this is the other thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, spray of cards.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
like a deal.
Yeah,
What
let's do
saving
that.
throw is it? And which one are you using? I'm assuming you're
Uh,
using cutting.
Oh, crap. Right. I forgot the one in D&D Beyond doesn't show both of those. Hang on.
Are you using your item? Are you using your deck, or are you using a spell slot?
No, I'm using my deck because I'm out of
Okay. So it's cast at 3rd level when you
Third?
use your deck?
Yes. Yes, correct.
All right.
Wait. Hang on. That doesn't seem right because the thing only goes off at like a 4th level thing. Spray of cards. When
Because
you
you're using the
cast-
item. The
Oh,
item always casts one spray of cards at 3rd
Right.
level instead of
well, so
at
here's
2nd level.
so the regular version casts the cutting version, what it's called in UA, at 3rd level. However, the UA version has a 4th level thing, not a 3rd level thing. It's like
Well, it would cast at 3rd level, so it doesn't get the 4th level extra thing.
okay. Yeah, that's right, because oh, it's the feat. It's the feat that gives me the UA version. The item is the thing. Right.
Okay. Okay.
So yes.
Little confusing.
So,
Little
yep,
confusing.
right. I have to
Slapping
pull that
random
up
stuff
right
together.
now.
All right.
Yes, spray of cards out of the item,
Mm-hmm.
the charge. Okay. So unfortunately, that's pretty much the only offensive thing I have left, and it is a dex save.
A deck save. It is fast.
Yep, so I have to hope it rolls poop.
27.
Yeah.
It rolled a natural 20.
Shit.
It still takes damage, though, I think. Just half
Uh,
damage.
Does it? Yeah, half as much damage only. Okay, yeah, and it was a 2d10, so
2d10 isn't bad. If it's 3rd level, does it go up to like 3d10? You might want to check.
yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, it's all new stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, 1d10 by each above 2, so
Okay. So roll 3d10 and then we'll divide by 2. And I'm assuming that's force damage.
it is, and yes, that is so 18 divided by 2 is 9.
All right. So it takes 9 points of damage as you spray these cards out all over it.
It sure does. And yeah, that is my action, and I seriously don't think I have anything left for bonus action because I'm out of spell slots and bardic inspiration. So yeah, Marcus is just gonna very awkwardly fiddle with his axe right after he sprays cards out of fucking nowhere.
All right.
And you know what? I'm also gonna move back. I'm
All
as
right.
far as I
Uh,
can, 30 feet.
Okay. And it does have its reaction back. So it is going to try and bite you.
Wait, I thought you said I had to move 5 feet to melee it.
Yeah, you had to move 5 feet to melee it, but then when you move back, you're moving out of its threatened radius, so it gets an attack of opportunity.
I didn't melee it. I spray of cards.
Oh, so you didn't move. So you're
Right.
not in its threatened radius. Never mind.
Oh,
All right. I thought you moved up
that's
to it.
why I sprayed the cards, because it's a big old cone. Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yep, it doesn't get an attack.
Thank God. I'm squishy.
All right. So on its turn, since it's now its turn, it's going to use its action to turn into mist.
Oh boy.
And it begins to move away.
It's
Lovely.
glowing still.
It is glowing
It
still,
does
so
still
you do
glow.
see the mist is glowing and it is moving away from you. Let me
Cool.
check its speed.
Now it's a terrifying, glowing nuclear fog.
It only does 20 feet, but it is moving. And how long does the glow last?
Thought it was
Until the spell ends for a minute.
For a minute.
so
Okay.
A few rounds
Question.
fire away.
It's mist, right?
Yes.
Like watery mist.
Yes. No,
Uh-huh.
what you're thinking would not work.
There is a spell that you have that would probably work really well right now, though.
I'm thinking shape water.
I know what you're thinking. No, that won't work, but what he's about to say will.
Moonbeam forces shape changers to go back to their natural form.
Kaboom.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
And the mist is glowing, so you know exactly where to put that moonbeam.
Yep. Not
I'm
on
assuming you're moonbeaming.
shape
Yes.
change in your party.
All right. So does it have to succeed the saving throw in order to be
Constitution
forced
16.
into?
I
But
think
I'm asking, does it need to succeed on the saving throw in order to be forced back into its
Oh.
regular form?
no.
Or does it no? It just if
That
it's
just happened.
entered.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Yeah. Wait. No.
A
Okay.
shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage.
Yeah. There's.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's it. That's it.
does then that if it succeeds, does it change back? Or
It-
does it change always, regardless of
No.
whether it
It has to fail to
It
change
has to
back.
fail.
it has to fail to change back? Okay, so
Yeah.
what is the saving throw?
Constitution 16.
Constitution 16. It got a 17 plus 7,
Damn it.
and it got a 15 plus 7. So unfortunately, it does succeed. So it does not change back, but wait. It says non-magical damage. Immune to all non-magical damage.
Oh, if it's not, if it's still hurt by magical damage, can I hit it with my hammer? My hammer's magic.
I guess so.
It does
Bonkers.
half damage too.
Oh, yeah. So if
Yeah.
it's moving away from me, I'm just gonna swing. So wait, my turn's before his turn,
Okay.
and it's
So
moving
I'll
away
let
from
you
me
swing
on
at it,
his
and then Volanthrios,
Oh,
because
shit.
it
Yeah, 'cause-
succeeded on its saving throw, it's not going to change back, but it is going to take damage because you are moonbeaming it with a spell. So it's going to
Okay.
take half damage from the moonbeam, and then it will only take the magical fired. No, it would take the magical bludgeoning damage because
Because the
It's
whole
it's
an
last
magic.
enchanted weapon.
So you take the whole thing if
Yep.
you succeed on hitting it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to take my opportunity attack on its turn when it moves away from me. Then
Yes.
that's
So,
a
all right,
19 to
we
hit.
kind of we like sort of got into planning out your turn and then just sort of took it and then skipped his for a
Yeah.
second. Like
Oh dear. Okay.
So opportunity attack is going to be 17 points of damage.
What did you roll to hit?
19.
Okay, so that hits.
oh yeah.
Okay. So we have, what was it, 19 points of damage?
Oh,
17 points of damage for the opportunity attack.
oh yeah.
All
yeah.
right. And Volanthrios, how much does your moonbeam do?
Does
I
9.
attack on my turn though too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we
because I
still
was taking
gotta-
my opportunity attack when it moved away from me.
Yes.
Yes. But
So
then
on my turn,
Yeah, just
so on your turn you can attack the mist
Yeah.
because you know where it is.
yeah.
But
So on my
Volanthrios, how
turn,
much
my lowest roll is a 22 to hit. So both are
we
gonna
still need
hit.
to do Volanthrios's damage.
I rolled 9.
9. Okay. So
Would
that
say
would mean that would be
or
6.
what?
Is that already halved?
9 is like 4.5.
Okay, so it'd be
Oh.
5. Okay.
So my 2 hits together on my turn deal 36 damage.
Oh my god. Okay. Yep. As you
Yeah, I think-
smash into the mist reforms into this creature as it stumbles forward bit by bit before collapsing onto the ground.
Oh yeah.
And it is no more.
I'd like to see what them hyena men have to say about us now.
Speaking of, I would like to cut its head off.
How grotesque.
All right. Make me a medicine check. Actually, make me either medicine or survival, whichever's higher.
I was gonna say Arthur was famous for not cutting heads off things because he failed to take proficiency in survival.
Well, we have Marcus, give us your axe. I'm gonna give the help action and be like, Marcus,
sure.
the axe I enchanted for you. Come here. So I'm gonna hand him the enchanted axe I gave Marcus that he never fucking uses. And I'm gonna be like, this is gonna be faster.
23.
Damn, okay, fine. Like,
Oh my goodness. Okay, with that axe, you, with a few deft chops, get this thing's head off, and it just starts spilling blood all over the floor
yummy.
as you pull the head, and it is a gigantic gnoll head.
Are we exiting this place?
Oh fuck, I kind of forgot about all that.
I mean,
Well,
Yeah, that's why I took off
right.
the head.
Right, yeah.
if
But
they're afraid of this one and we killed this one, we could probably scare them
I'm
off.
literally just gonna toss it at them and be
by
like,
all
who
means,
the fuck is next?
lead the way.
All
Okay.
right. So as you all are retreating, heading out of the cave, victorious, Volanthrios, you have the highest passive perception. You hear very soft footfalls from a far behind you. And just audible, you hear something that sounds like biting into a giant hunk of raw, juicy meat.
Hmm.
What now?
Wait, behind? He said behind us.
Yes.
As you're leaving, you've left the gnoll vampire body behind you.
Above game, he said behind us.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me the body's still alive.
Something's eating the body.
The
Oh.
what is what? Oh God.
You can continue and not turn around and look if you don't want to.
Am I allowed to be scared?
Should we? Chauncey hasn't noticed this because Chauncey is
Right. You all, the rest of you are just tra-la-la-la-la, going to leave and show the gnolls their leader's head or whatever. And Volanthrios, you hear somebody beginning to om nom nom on the body behind you.
Nom nom nom.
Hey, my passive's not that bad. Probably ain't gonna take me that long. Like, shit. Oh, what are we doing? It's your call, man. You heard it first.
All right, let's go back.
Let's go back. What in the name of all that is holy will we go back for?
You turn around and you watch as this human stands up, locks eyes with you, and you watch as the eyes flash green before it turns and runs up the wall on all fours and races off into the darkness.
I do not have
And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. So join us next week as we either get the hell out of Dodge or try and figure out what exactly is going down in this dark, dank cave where they just killed a vampire gnoll. So we will see you all next week.